Discover the first Walmart hidden gem. We'll start with my least favorite. The first Walmart cologne opens very fresh and clean. It is all about a citric lemon. I won't lie, the first 10 to 15 minutes do smell like women's hairspray. It can be decisive, and I know on the first time I wore it, I was a bit off-put because I don't want to smell like hairspray. But after 10 to 15 minutes, the intensity of the freshness fades while that hairspray aroma just completely disappears, and you're left with a heavy aromatic nature. I smell a lot of rosemary. It has an herbal spice like your authentic rosemary. And then this is gonna lead you into the dry down where you're gonna get additions of oak moss and musk. The oak moss is gonna be green. It's gonna emphasize that rosemary, but it's also gonna have some woody nuances that give this fragrance depth. And then the musky nuances are just musky nuances. So for the rest of the wear, you're gonna have a fresh, musky, and slightly woody scent with some green tinges here and there. The performance, 5 to 6 hours on the skin, and it pushes out about 2 feet for the first 1 to 2 hours. And then after this period, it sits really close to the skin. And as for seasons and occasions, this is exclusively spring and summer wear. This fragrance really needs the high heat to really last. And occasions, I would just save this for casual. So what is this fragrance? Azorochrome EDT. So we're gonna stay on this same fresh vein and move into the second Walmart cologne. The second Walmart cologne is all about freshness in the opening. There is spicy mint, there is lavender, and there is a light aquatic backbone. The spiciness of mint is not gonna last long. It's pretty quickly, it's gonna turn into a green aromatic mint. And this is when you get into the mid, where you're gonna get a heavy dose of lavender. You still have the same intensity of the light aquatics, and you have that heavier greenness. And then into the dry down after about an hour, much of that lavender fades. That aquatic backbone gets slightly stronger, bringing some musk nuances with it, and that greenness just washes over the entire scent. So for the rest of the wear, you're gonna have green aquatics with some musky nuances. And what is this Walmart cologne? It is Davidoff Cool Water EDT. It lasts 6 to 7 hours on the skin with light projection. I can only ever get this to push out 2 feet. That's even if I douse myself. And then the last few hours of wear, it is very close to the skin. You need someone to hug you to be able to smell your aroma. I would exclusively only wear this in the spring and summer. This has no depth to push out in the colder weather. And as for occasions, it is casual. There's nothing about this fragrance that makes it stand out. So let's stay on this same old school vein and move into the third Walmart cologne. The third Walmart cologne has a lot going on in the opening. There is a fleeting hit of citric bergamot, grabs your attention, but it's gone within a few moments. And this makes way for a much cleaner and old school lavender. And then in the background, you get a very dry and smooth oak moss. It has green and woody tinges, and it is the most prominent in the opening. There is a leathery tinge, but it is not as prominent as this dry oak moss. The easiest way to describe the opening is 80s shaving cream. Now, I just gave away the scent to many of you, but let's keep going. So into the mid, you're gonna get the addition of more green mint, and this is really just gonna amplify the aromatic nature of this fragrance while we're still retaining those fresh woody nuances from before. And then into the base, there's a tidal wave of darker and greener aromatics. It gets significantly woodier, and it almost comes across forest-like, and this is what you're gonna smell for the rest of the wear. Just fresh, dark aromatics with a very heavy woody depth and a leathery tinge. Now the performance, about 6 hours on the skin with light to moderate projection. The first 1 to 2 hours, it will push out 2 to 3 feet, but then after this period, it does sit pretty close to the skin, but never so close that someone has to basically put their nose into your neck to be able to smell your aroma. Seasons and occasions, this is almost all seasons. I would take it a little bit lighter in the summer. In occasions, this is more casual wear. Yes, this is a very nice and quality fragrance, but it doesn't really have a big oomph factor that is gonna make it stand out for a date or a special event. So what is this third Walmart cologne? It's Drakkar Noir EDT. So let's move into the fourth Walmart cologne, and yes, I did save the best for last. The fourth Walmart cologne starts with a tidal wave of cardamom. Now, this is not your typical cardamom. I am used to Weissa Lanute L'Homme and Ombre Leather, where it's a very warm and smooth cardamom, but here it is very peppery, very attention grabbing. You put your hand in your nose and it takes you back a little bit and it'll wake up your senses. And then after these first few minutes, smooth vanilla does make its way in and smooth out this intensity of the pepperness. And then for the first half an hour, you do have this boxing match of vanilla and spicy cardamom. And then after this period, much of this cardamom has faded, and this leaves room for a slightly cherried tobacco to make its way in. And then after an hour, the cardamom is completely gone. It is all about vanilla with some supporting tobacco. So what is the fourth Walmart cologne? Cremo Spice and Black Vanilla. 5 to 6 hours on the skin with light to moderate projection. With 4 sprays, I can get almost 2 to 3 feet, but then after that, it is very close to the skin. It is almost a skin scent the last 1 to 2 hours. You are going to need someone to hug you to be able to smell your aroma. Now, seasons and occasions, this is exclusively fall and winter, but occasions, I would wear this for everything because it does have subtle projection that is not gonna overwhelm anyone, but is also a very sophisticated aroma that is going to stand out for both dates and special events. Now, all these fragrances are in the $20 to $30 price range, but they all are at Walmart. So if you want more fragrances in this price range, check out this video.